Take out 3 tablespoons of pure silver grains and put them into the dry pot. The master's degree craftsman from South Korea is ready to show us how to make a pure silver teapot of the highest quality by hand. Under the high temperature of 960 degrees, the pure silver grains begin to slowly turn into a pot of silver water. Pour this pot of boiling silver water into the mold, and you will get a 100% pure silver plate. Quickly put the silver plate into cold water to cool it down. Then the master started the rolling machine and began to roll the silver plate. The thickness of the teapot needs to be controlled at a uniform thickness about 2 millimeters, so it needs to be rolled continuously and measured with tools. After rolling the silver sheet, use a compass to mark the required part, and then use a cutter to cut off the excess part. This way, a perfect round silver sheet is obtained. The master used a hammer to continuously hit the silver sheet, gradually forming a bowl shape. After using a compass to determine the size of the bottom of the teapot again, he can use a wooden hammer to process the sides of the teapot. This is an extremely long process. After thousands of times of hammering, the teapot can gradually take shape. Then use a compass to determine the size of the bottom for the 3rd time, and then use a small hammer to shape the teapot more finely. Use a water pen to draw the position of the teapot spout, and keep hammering around to make the teapot spout more prominent. After marking the position of the water outlet with a water pen, use an electric drill to directly drill the hole. The next step is to extend the teapot spout, but as a confidential technology in South Korea, it cannot be directly displayed here. You can only skip hammering the teapot spout with a small hammer and make more detailed adjustments. Print the signature of the maker and the silver content of the material used on the bottom. A high-end teapot is basically formed. Next is the production of the teapot handle. The long silver sheet is also pressed out with a roller. Through continuous hammering, the silver sheet gradually bends and finally forms a tube. A qualified handle must be thin at both ends and thick in the middle. Here, you can bend the silver tube into a U shape by hand and then hammer out the barbs at both ends for the final fixation. Polish the teapot to improve the overall smoothness. The interior also needs to be polished with sandpaper. The production of the lid is also a secret technology in South Korea and cannot be displayed here. The polished teapot needs to be brushed with a layer of liquid sulfur to increase its heat resistance and insulation. Then use a steel wire ball to continuously rub the surface of the teapot and the T-lid to restore the original color of the teapot. The leather belt on the fluorescent teapot handle is also handmade. After tying it tightly, cut off the excess part, and then fix it above the teapot and clamp the barbs with pliers to ensure that it will not fall off. It took 14 hours in the end, and a Korean pure silver teapot of the highest quality was successfully made through the continuous polishing of the master craftsman. The teapot is priced at 1.4 million won, and only 10 are sold each year. It is not only practical, but also has a high collection value.